All right, if you want to put me on the spot, I'm
Yeah.
gonna go with the Kansas City Chiefs for the
Okay.
given
That's my
fact
guy.
that I like what Brock Purdy does. I still feel that Spags is going to have some stuff in his bag where he's going to try to confuse him. And if he can turn Purdy over once or twice, I think that may be the difference in the game. But what I feel is that Kyle Shanahan has a lot of trust in his quarterback, but it's going to be a McCaffrey game.
Yeah.
It should be a McCaffrey game.
Yeah.
If you saw the way that Ty Johnson was running on the field,
Yeah.
if you saw the way that Josh Allen was running over the Chiefs, if you saw the way that Cook was running on those guys, like McCaffrey should have 120 something rushing yards. He's going to be effective in the pass game, and then he should be strategic, taking his shots downfield to Debo Samuel and to my man Brandon Ayuk. And if they can do that, then that falls into the Niners game plan. But if the Chiefs can control the clock, get a couple turnovers, and then be strategic with the way they're using Rashee Rice and Travis Kelce, then I feel they're going to pull out with the win.
So what can we expect out of Debo, Tank?
I mean, that's the thing. When he missed time in the early part of the season, he hurt his shoulder against the Cleveland Browns, and we noticed the impact that it had on the Niners with Debo and Trent Williams missing. So I guess the good thing is that Trent Williams is still healthy, but when they're missing Debo, they're missing some swag, some confidence, and I think that really affects the team. He's one of the better playmakers on the team as well, and they're going to need all the plays they can get going against the Lions offense that's almost as explosive as the 49ers.
I'll put it this way. So you look at it from the San Francisco 49ers perspective, psychologically, like they're going to come out and dominate. The last thing that's on their mind right now is that taste that was in their mouth from when Philly whooped them in the playoffs last year. So they're going to come out motivated as hell. They're playing at home. They're playing against a dangerous opponent that they normally whip in the playoffs at home. And so they're going to be motivated to do the same thing. Baltimore, from a different perspective, like they remember losing in the first round when they had that #1 seed in 2019. But there's not a lot of guys from that team that's still on the roster right now. So if you want to say one team may be more effective than the other, I would say it's Baltimore. But I expect both of these teams to come out and play well and dominate.
All right, Tank. So the NFL has named the finalists for MVP: Brock Purdy, Christian McCaffrey. There are two of them. So who's been more valuable to the 49ers?
To me, the most valuable player on the 49ers is Christian McCaffrey. I mean, I'm going to say partly because I'm a Stanford homer, but also because he's the engine that makes that offense go. I mean, he's effective in the run game, and when they have the run game going, it opens up those play-action passes that Brock Purdy loves to hit on George Kittle, Brandon Ayuk, and also Debo Samuel. So I think Christian McCaffrey is the thing that makes that offense go. Yet at the same time, we understand how important Trent Williams is as well. So you can almost call him a pseudo-MVP because whenever he misses, the whole offense goes down in shambles.
I am curious, though, because Tom Brady retired yesterday, and you actually got to play 1 year with him. So is there any Tom Brady stories that you can grace us with before we get into some of your picks?
Well, I can't say I played 1 year with Tom Brady because I was on IR healing up a knee, but ironically, that's the year that he got hit and hurt his knee. And so basically we were rehabbing together when he was in Foxborough because, you know, if you're Tom Brady, you have like optimal treatment. So you spend most of the time in LA and then you go overseas and get all this treatment. But I will say, I mean, even though Tommy really didn't know me from a can of paint, he invited me over to his house. He had his trainer, Alex, work on me. So I think I got like the early versions of the TB12 treatment. So the one thing I can say about Tom is that he's a totally nice guy. You always hear from everyone that's played with him that, you know, he's a really stand-up guy and they enjoy their time around him. But I only had a season and some change with him. And he treated me like he had played with me for 10 years. So I really appreciate Tom. He's a really cool cat.
You know what happened? The Philadelphia Eagles all of a sudden turned into the Atlanta Falcons. These cats done lost 5 of the last 6 games. I mean, Atlanta at least lost 4 of the last 6 games, so Philly actually on the worst skid. And when you look at it from this perspective, Baker Mayfield, that dude been waking up dangerous for the past few weeks. He's been going off, been throwing the ball effectively. Mike Evans, we already know what you can do against that Philadelphia defense because everybody been getting off. Tyrod Taylor damn near threw for 300 yards against them, so I have no worries about Tampa playing at home and getting effective against this defense. And one thing, Philly, I gave you a chance against the Giants and the Cardinals. You didn't come to bat. Now I'm done with you. I already know where you're going. Down goes Frazier.
Looks like it's a lot until you see what Tank's got cooking up.
Oh.
Yeah, I need y'all to warm up those shoulders, hips, and knees. I got Mahomes, 250 more pass yards. Kelce, 90 more receiving yards. Rashee Rice, 80 more receiving yards. Christian McCaffrey, 100 more rush yards. And that gets me plus 1,050. Oh, man.
Let's see it, Tank.
We're doing push-ups. We're doing push-ups. Tank.
Like, I mean, I already talked about that. If I like Mahomes over 260, you know, I like him over 250. And if Kelce and Rashee Rice get that Sam Laporta, Amon-Ra St. Brown going on, they easily go over these numbers. And then McCaffrey bodies that KC defense like the Buffalo Bills did with the run game, then we getting plus 1,050.